Sugar, the ubiquitous sweetener that graces our tables and fuels our cravings, has a rich and complex history stretching back thousands of years. From its discovery in ancient times to its modern industrialization, sugar's journey is one of exploration, innovation, and cultural transformation. Along the way, it has inspired great thinkers, revolutionized industries, and even sparked philosophical musings. The origins of sugar can be traced to Southeast Asia, where sugarcane was first cultivated over 8,000 years ago. Early civilizations in India and China discovered that the tall, juicy grass could produce a sweet syrup when crushed. By 500 BCE, Indian artisans had developed techniques to crystallize sugar, making it easier to store and transport. They called it shakara, which translates to gravel or small grains in Sanskrit, a reference to its granular form. Sugar quickly became a sought-after commodity. Arab traders introduced it to the Middle East, where it was used in medicine and culinary preparations. By the time of the Crusades, Europeans had developed a taste for sugar, referring to it as white gold. Its rarity and expense made it a luxury item, accessible only to the elite. Leo Tolstoy, the great Russian novelist and philosopher, had a complicated relationship with sugar. As a proponent of simplicity and moral integrity, Tolstoy viewed sugar as a symbol of human indulgence and excess. In his writings, he questioned whether the labor and exploitation tied to sugar production could ever justify its consumption. His critique highlighted the ethical dilemmas surrounding sugar, especially during the height of the transatlantic slave trade, when enslaved Africans were forced to work on sugar plantations under brutal conditions. In the 19th century, sugar underwent another transformative moment, thanks to the ingenuity of Jakub Kryštof Rad, a Moravian engineer and entrepreneur. Rad managed a sugar refinery in what is now the Czech Republic. At the time, sugar was sold in large, unwieldy loaves that had to be broken apart with special tools, an inconvenient and often hazardous process. The inspiration for a new form of sugar reportedly came from a domestic incident involving Rad's wife, Juliana. One day, as she attempted to break a piece from a sugar loaf, Juliana injured her hand, a mishap that deeply concerned Jakub. This seemingly minor household accident sparked a significant idea. Sugar should be made in a form that was safer and more convenient for everyday use. Rad took his wife's suggestion to heart and began experimenting. Drawing on his engineering expertise, he developed a machine capable of pressing granulated sugar into small, uniform cubes. After numerous trials and adjustments, he perfected the process in 1843 and patented the sugar cube. His invention not only addressed practical concerns, but also transformed sugar consumption. The compact, neatly stacked cubes were easy to handle, measure, and store, making them immensely popular with consumers. Jakub Kryštof Rad's decision to innovate was both a response to personal experience and an embodiment of the 19th century spirit of ingenuity. The Industrial Revolution further propelled sugar into the realm of mass production. The advent of beet sugar production in Europe, pioneered by chemist Andreas Marggraf in 1747, broke the tropical monopoly on sugarcane. Napoleon Bonaparte's push for beet sugar during the British blockade of continental Europe in the early 19th century ensured that sugar became a staple for the middle class. By the mid-19th century, sugar was no longer a luxury, but a common commodity. Its widespread availability fueled cultural shifts, including the rise of confectionery, sweetened beverages, and the transformation of breakfast with the invention of cereals. Sugar's history is not without its dark chapters. The industry was deeply entwined with colonial exploitation, the slave trade, and environmental degradation. Philosophers like Tolstoy and activists of his time questioned the moral cost of sugar, bringing ethical considerations into the public discourse. Today, sugar continues to be a subject of debate. Its role in health crises such as obesity and diabetes mirrors earlier critiques of its impact on society. However, its cultural significance remains undeniable, from its role in traditional desserts to its status as a symbol of celebration and comfort. The history of sugar is a testament to humanity's ingenuity and its capacity for both creation and destruction. From the ancient crystallization techniques of Indian artisans to Jakub Kryštof Rad's innovative sugar cubes, sugar has shaped economies, inspired philosophical reflections, and sweetened countless lives. Its story is a blend of science, art, and moral complexity, one that invites us to savor its sweetness while reflecting on its profound impact on our world.